All right, let's dive into the history of Top Shelf. So some of you may know the first Top Shelf was in 2010. We did it at the Woolly Mammoth Theater, and it was a big deal. And it was exciting to, for the very first time, showcase 8 of our favorite stories and pick any stories that stood out to us as our favorites. I remember a couple. I remember all of them, actually, but a couple stand out. Tabby Mann told a story about putting on a burqa and lighting candles all around her apartment to be provocative to her husband, who came in, and she started dancing in circles, and he said, "Baby, you're on fire." And she's like, I know. And then she totally was on fire. Her whole outfit had gone up in flames, and she had to roll around on the floor to put it out. Another story I remember is Latif's story. So cute. As a little kid, his parents were civil rights activists, and in an attempt to be a civil rights hero, he went around the neighborhood and he uncaged all the animals. And so the whole family had to come out, and the whole neighborhood came out to try to track down all the animals. I was hosting that night. And I remember this couple, Larry and his wife, and they were sitting in the front row, leaning on each other, just soaking in every story and smiling. It was the cutest thing. It was so sweet. And I remember that to this day. I can remember when we came up with this idea. We were having a board meeting in my studio apartment. Now, we had all our meetings in my studio apartment, but this was a 350 square foot tiny space. And the only reason we could do it there was because I had a Murphy bed, the kind that you close and you lift up and close. I remember having sticky notes all over the back, or we were brainstorming about all kind of things. And one of the things was about how to really build an ecosystem. And I don't even know what that meant at the time. But one of the things that stood out was we started with nothing. And now we have so many people that had been on our stage and were learning the art of storytelling and calling themselves storytellers. So now we have a community of storytellers. What can we do? And the stories just we've been investing in good storytelling, making the storytellers better and better. And that's when the idea of having one night that acknowledges the best in storytelling, and then that would be a way to honor great talent and bring people together once a year to celebrate. So that's how that came to be. And the title came from, so we used to be called Speakeasy DC, and Speakeasy is like a bar. And so the best booze in the bar is the Top Shelf. So that's where that came from. Like I said before, we started out at the Woolly Mammoth Theater. Then we did one at Atlas Performing Arts. Then we moved to the 930 Club, which was a big deal because the 930 Club is dope. It's historically it's like a historic concert venue. So that was really dope. And we tripled our size. And then we moved to the Lincoln Theater, where we are to this day. And we have been for many years. So that we started with 200 seats and now we're at 1,200. And it's just become such a treasured annual tradition. What's incredible is that even 15 years later, being selected for Top Shelf is still a huge honor. It's a night that blends themes from all of our shows: love, faith, the worst dates ever, whatever, all of it. And we always do something to make it an extra special night. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful that people still feel that it's an honor to be on this stage on that night. So this year's show will be just like every other. It's an opportunity for us to showcase great storytelling, set an example, come together and celebrate, and have a great, great night. And I hope you'll come. Get your early bird tickets by October 13th for this year's 15th anniversary. The show will be on November 2nd at the Capitol Turnaround, a gorgeous venue, and I hope to see you there.